Alright, so in the latest Hermitcraft episode that Mumbo Jumbo posted, he tried making a chicken lead chain wiring. Chicken cabling, I'm calling it. And this is my submission for fixing the chicken cabling. Now, what he tried before, he's got the input off to the side here, and he's got his very, very, very large brain. He's linking his brain to the machine over here. So, the problem is, if you chain the chickens together, which I'll go into free cam so I can see it better. I in fact used too many chickens. Who would have thought? Whoa! Alright, waiting for the chicken to drop. Okay, so very obvious problems right away. Alignment and making sure that it hangs properly. So, how do you align the chickens properly without having to align all the chickens? Well, that's simple. You don't align the chickens align themselves. So, obviously, if I drop the chickens as is, right here, it's not going to work. That chicken's going to pull that chicken, and that chicken's going to end up pulling every other chicken over and into the entire stack. But it has the distance to make it to the bottom of the chain of blocks. So, how do you fix it? Well, you do the same thing again, but instead of just having the chickens freely sitting here, what you can do instead, and I'm making this out of orange glass as a way to highlight it, is using stained glass to guide the chickens where you need them to be. Alright, why use glass panes? The glass panes, excuse me, I'm just going to move you over one. This will be the higher end of the cable, and it will help support every other chicken with the addition of the glass panes. Why use the glass panes, you may ask? The glass panes restrict how much the chicken can be pulled. So, therefore, the chicken will not be able to be pulled as far. However, it does seem that some of them have been misaligned. That's okay. I could solve that by placing a chicken here and attaching it like so. And then finally, behind the original wall, since the cable has drooped so low, we can then connect it to the base of the build. Now, why use stained glass panes or why use glass panes instead of any other block? Because you can remove the extra glass the chicken isn't directly resting against. And bottom. Yeah, so just like that, I've now connected the top part of the tall structure to the top part of the small structure. Obviously, I don't have the same. I don't have the same builds that Mumbo has, but I may not know the most about redstone. But there are some tricks that you can do to make the chickens float in place. What you can do instead of obviously the orange stained glass, I'm only using orange because it contrasts well against the background. But in a real situation, you would using normal glass panes. My resource pack might make it look a little different. Usually glass pane only has the line at the bottom, the line at the top. Anyway, that's all I really have for this. Thank you guys for sticking around this whole video. I appreciate every one of you coming out here, and I will see you guys next time. Later.